Good morning and welcome to today's morning report on Friday the 11th of November with me, Rich Paramarket Analyst at Handtech Markets. We've got a fairly mixed and I would say cautious start to today. You've got equity markets that looking sort of a little bit up and down really. You've got FTSE that's quite a big underperformer actually, down 0.6%. DAX is actually mildly higher, 0.4%. But you've got a slight sort of mixed outlook really across the Forex majors. Now, first of all, with that, you've got these treasury yields which have been pushing higher. That has been dollar supportive. Now, bond markets, I believe, are closed today. I might have got that wrong, but I believe they're closed in light of Veterans Day in the States. But the dollar has sort of started to stabilise a little bit. But what we have got is the yen and the sterling, which are stronger. Euro is basically flat, mildly weaker. But the risk currencies are also weaker, which is interesting because that comes along with the yen strength, which is arguably a safe haven. Well, it is a safe haven. So that is just mildly sort of turning risk a little bit less positive. And certainly the equity markets are sort of reflecting that. We've got the oil price, which again continues to sort of remain under pressure. Really, sort of fell yesterday, basically flat, mildly lower today. Nothing doing in terms of direction there, and it's interesting because we are sort of seeing these markets beginning to settle down now, and I think that spike higher that we saw in equities might start to find a bit of selling pressure if this sort of general mood of caution continues to take hold. In terms of what we've got to look forward to today, not a great deal really. As I said, US is on Veterans Day, public holiday. In terms of your economic announcements, nothing really substantial. Until you've got the Michigan sentiment at 3 o'clock, and that is expected to be 87.5. Basically, pretty much 87.2, I believe, was the final reading last month. So it is still sort of falling away a touch, but it's nothing. It's not going to really do anything to change the outlook for Fed monetary policy, which, to be honest, since the initial volatility of Trump has started to sort of point towards a December hike again. So that is seems to be back on the firm table. So yeah, it's a little bit of a mixed outlook really today, and that I think is reflected in my chart today, which is the DAX. Now we see that strong bull candle on Wednesday. Yesterday's candle was a bit corrective actually, and yes, we've sort of opened higher again today, but I think yesterday's candle still has a legacy of sort of mild uncertainty and correction. It's interesting that yesterday's candle also pretty much hit the highs of the range again and fell away. Sort of 10,794 is sort of the highs of the range and sort of turned a little bit more corrective. This chart really doesn't suggest, it doesn't really scream out that it's going to be breaking higher. Certainly, so you can say that also on the hourly chart as well. Sort of similar sort of story really, with the RSI failing at 70, MACD lines, stochastics rolling over. Yes, we had that initial jump up, but again the market sort of just turned a little bit on that. So you got the initial resistance at 10,714, which is today's high, and then if I zoom in, you got a couple of lower highs to also look out for. 10,738. Arguably 10,776 and 10,794. But I'm just a little bit cautious about this one because I think it's just continues to really play this range out. I don't really think that yesterday's candle would suggest that we're going to see a breakout to the upside of the range. I might be wrong, but I think this range is going to continue. And if that is the case, then you've got sort of a pivot within the range 10,450. Which has been sort of old resistance, became supportive. Again, it's sort of a pivot within the range. Several candles turning on that. So 10,450 I think is an attractive sort of to the price, and that could sort of be a negative impact on the market in the coming days as this sort of volatility just continues to settle down. 10,450 here, as you can see on the hourly chart, is a consistent turning point. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.